Here's misconception number 4. Choosing the right type of activity is all that a parent needs to do. Well, many parents do choose a specific type of activity, whether it's dance or music or martial arts or more traditional sports, and they've spent a lot of time deciding. But there are 4 factors that you should consider before you select a specific location or a specific place that you're going to take your child. So here's factor number 1. Even though the sign on the building may tell you what kind of activity is provided, there's about as much similarity between facilities as there is between oil and water. For example, each gymnastics facility you go to will probably advertise the competitive qualifications of the coaches, the ranking of their members, state or nationally, maybe even an Olympic achievement. But for the 99% of parents who simply want to see their child excel at something that they enjoy, committing to gym sessions that last 3 or 4 hours, 6 times a week, plus traveling thousands of miles for competitions, well, let's just say that you're probably better served going someplace that puts more emphasis on what you want for your child to experience. And this is true regardless of the type of activity. So there's a lot of difference between separate facilities. So make sure that you find a place that's looking for what you want. So here's factor number 2. Many facilities are owned by someone who is simply trying to run a business and doesn't necessarily have the specialized background to manage, train, motivate, or monitor a staff of coaches, trainers, or instructors. While, of course, there's nothing wrong with running a business, you should look for a place that's operated by a staff for whom this is more than a part-time or temporary job. After all, you want to take your child to a part-time orthodontist now, would you? Or how about taking your family pet to a part-time veterinarian? Not exactly reassuring. The individuals whom you allow to work with your child should have more than a half interest in the lessons which they're passing along. That way you're much more likely to receive the quality attention and service you want, rather than expose your child to a lackadaisical or a careless approach by someone who may simply be motivated by a paycheck or might already be looking for another job. So one easy way to tell is just ask what kind of ongoing training there is for the teaching staff, and if the owner would mind if you sat in and observed sometime. So here's factor number 3. One thing you should ask is how long they've been in business. This will tell you if you're dealing with a reputable operation or someone who may leave as soon as their lease is up. What you want is to find a provider who's been in business for at least 5 years. The reason for this is that 5 years is long enough for poor service, questionable business tactics, and dishonest approaches to be found out by the community and for the business to go under. It sounds harsh, I know, but the truth is that if you find an operation that's been around for 5 years or more, then you know for sure that they've stood the test of time, that they're providing solid value, especially during the economic downturns which our country has experienced in recent years. So a business that has survived is usually a place where people feel good spending their money in good times and bad. Factor number 4. Finally, you should make sure that parents are allowed to observe and even have the option to participate in the activity with their child if they so choose. It's incredible to me that a lot of coaches, music teachers, dance teachers, martial arts instructors, even tutors, require that parents stay in another room or stay behind a glass wall, even out of the building entirely. Now, without going into the warning bells that this causes in my mind as a parent, let's just say that the reason these people don't want parents there is because they themselves don't feel confident in their ability as a leader to hold the child's attention while a parent's in the room. So you'll probably hear something like this: well, it's easier for children to pay attention without distractions, without parents in the room. This strikes me as kind of funny. That would be like going to a great concert or a theater performance, paying for a ticket, and then being told that you must stay in the lobby because the performers don't do very well when people are watching. You're the parent, and you have every right to demand that you have the opportunity to watch every second of someone working with your child. At the very least, you ought to be able to see them learn and to see your child develop in this activity. So if any after-school activity provider wants the chance to work with your child but tells you that you can't be there, my suggestion is that you thank them for their time and leave quickly. Anyone who believes in what they do should accept the responsibility of sharing this experience with you, the parent. After all, aren't you the one paying their bills? Don't let anyone tell you different. Well, this wraps up our video series on the 4 misconceptions that most parents have when it comes to choosing an after-school activity. You know, you've got more information now than 99% of the parents out there. And if you're interested in finding out more about an activity that fits all the requirements that I've shared with you, then just watch the end of this video for details on how your child can try out America's best children's activity. The instructors at Mastery Martial Arts are the experts when it comes to exceeding parents' expectations, and I think that you'll find that their caring, their attention to quality, and their passion for helping people succeed is well worth your time to check out. Thanks for watching.